Tori on the beat.
Your shot, but a Draco, no kickback. This soldiers out here on the block serving SNA. My nigga, it's okay if you ain't never been through that. Nah, gotta stay in your task. Yeah, I'm on your ass. Why you speeding, why you going so fast? Why this lifestyle moving so fast? Yeah, so fast. Whoa, just gotta slow down. Yeah, bitch keep calling my phone back to back like repeat. I pick up the phone, she calling just to say that she miss me. Shorty don't think I cut her off, please don't tell me. That bitch is even lucky even if I let her touch me. Shorty getting annoyed cause she turned up all the Remy. How you going to war with a pistol, you better grab it.
Yeah, bitch so bad I wanna shoot like hoops. I'm riding in the coupe. I got what you want, it ain't nothing but a loop. Don't listen to friends, they don't know what's best for you. I want you, yeah, bad I wanna shoot like hoops. I'm riding in the coupe. I got what you want, it ain't nothing but a loop. Don't listen. I want you,
Right here.
girl, you too bad for me not to press you. Yeah, young fly nigga, I don't follow all these rules. Yeah, bitch I'm making tunes, I ain't missing, I won't lose. Let's go to an island where the water run is blue. I got two bad bitches in the coop. 42 in the bottle, glasses on full too. Ain't no games, I ain't playing, I want you. Yeah, take a trip, let's go shopping. I got blues.
Hi, I'm Tay, and welcome to Tay Chat. And today we are playing nothing. This is a tier list. We are ranking Power Rangers seasons. If y'all did not know this, I'm a big Power Rangers fan. Seen every season of Power Rangers from 1993 to 2023. All 30 years. So yeah. There's a lot that we gotta unpack here. So before we go in this, I want to let you know that how I'm ranking them. So I got 5 categories, but the way I'm gonna be ranking them, I'm ranking them based off of the motif, the powers, the suits, and the mega moves. But I ain't going based off the motif. I live based off of the powers, the motif, and that's why I keep saying motif. Powers, suits, Zords. That one based off of the powers, their suits, and their Zords. Okay. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. So, this is what we got. So we have tuned in. I mean tuned in. I mean I am tuned in. Meaning that this is a fire season. I will watch this season till the day I die. Secondly, we have enjoyable. It's not S tier, but it's still a good show. Still an amazing show. I would recommend it. It's alright. What is this? It's alright. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It is not too good. It's like that dead in the middle. Background noise. This will be a season that I'll just have in the background. A season that I won't really pay a lot of attention to. It's just gonna be in the background, just rolling, just kicking. Like I'm not saying it's a bad show to me. It's a show I won't pay a lot of attention to if it's playing. And lastly, booty butt cheeks. Booty butt cheeks. Booty butt cheeks. That pretty much says that I don't like this season. This season is ass. It's a booty butt cheek. It's some buns. Alright. Let's get started with Mighty Morphin Season 1. Also, I did divide them by seasons. So I'm not divided by series. I divided this thing by seasons. this season, season 1 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, it was, I'm sorry, for its time, it was gas. It was gas. So of course, season 1 had to be in tuned in. Plus, we were introduced to Tommy, the Green Ranger, and all his glorious greenness. Also, I did put these in order so you know like what season came before. And so in Mighty Morphin, we have 5 teenagers that are already best friends, and they are been summoned by this giant floating head, Zordon, and his robot friend Alpha 5, and they gain power coins, and all they need to do is yell out their dinosaurs just holding it. Mastodon, Pterodactyl, Triceratops, Saber-toothed Tiger, Tyrannosaurus, and they end up morphing into the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So when Tommy came in and he was a threat for 5 episodes straight, he was kicking their asses on a like this nigga didn't need no. He whooped all the gang. I'm sorry, that nigga whooped every member of the gang. That's why Tommy is a legendary ranger. When he started being good, that's when everything started turning around for him, and we love him for that. The show got really good at the time that. All right, so if you did not know, Power Rangers is Power Rangers. They get their fight scenes and their Megazord scenes from a show called Super Sentai. So when Super Sentai makes something, Power Rangers automatically make an American version of it. So when Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 1 got so good, they decided to give them like an extra couple episodes. They asked the people who made the Tokusatsu series, hey, we need 20 more episodes of Zoo Rangers fighting monsters. And they did just that too. Alright, now we have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2. Season 2 gave us Tommy as the White Ranger. And that was the best form that he ever had. And plus, I love seeing Tommy in white. He looks better in white than he does in red, black, or green. Lord Zed was introduced in this season. The Shogun Zords was introduced in this. Not the Shogun Zords. The Thunder Zords was introduced in this season. They suits got metallic armor. 3 teenagers. Tommy, Zack, and Trini left and got replaced with 2 others. The Red, Yellow, and Black Ranger got replaced. And they actually recorded their own fight, and as far as fight scenes go, like in suit fighting, that was all. It wasn't Sentai. It was all American footage, besides the Zords. It's enjoyable. It's enjoyable. It's not as good as season 1, but it's enjoyable. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. This is not canon to the Power Rangers series, but it's a Power Ranger product nonetheless. Same cast that was the cast that got replaced in season. It's the cast from season 2 that got replaced. Even with the 3 Rangers that got replaced, their suits is not spandex. It looked like actual armor, but it just gave them just fake muscles. I don't do fake muscles. I already know y'all strong. Why do I need your muscle? Why I need to see fake ass muscles to know that you're strong? Ivan Ooze is a good villain. I hated the CG. I hated the CG Zords. Overall, the movie was alright. Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 3. They copied the movie, just took away Ivanus, but it made sense. It made sense. It was, it was all. I mean, I like the ninjas idea, and it made sense to they have ninja powers. Kimberly got replaced. The Pink Ranger got replaced. It got to the point where only one of the original five, Billy, the Blue Ranger, he stayed. He stayed the longest. But what I hated is that they got turned into kids. Season three's alright. I just didn't like the fact that they got turned into kids. And then my Morphin Alien Rangers came in, and I pay Alien Rangers no attention. Alien Ranger wasn't even a full season. It was like part of season three. That one was a background noise because I can't even tell any significant moments besides the group going to get their Zeo powers. Was bringing going to get the parts of the Zeo crystal that got shattered and bringing them together. Speaking of Power Rangers Zeo, that show gave me a lot of back and forth about Tommy. Like, there was like, oh, in order to defeat the Power Rangers, we have to defeat Tommy. Tommy is already as strong as he can be. How strong do you want this man to become? But Tommy, you know that a team is weak if the main villain is only focused on one. But the Zeo powers are supposed to like help them grow over time. They're supposed to grow over time. It's just that I didn't like the fact that Tommy turned evil. I didn't like the fact that Tommy was easily manipulated by the villain to turn evil. That was like what I did like about the show though is that they brought back Jason as the Gold Ranger. It's supposed to be Trey of Triforia, an alien that splits himself into three people. I was like, when I said Triforia, I'm already thinking like, okay, so Triforia, Triforce, whoever made this is a big fan of Zelda. My opinion about this is that Zeo is enjoyable. It's enjoyable. Turbo, a Power Rangers movie. Now, it was established that they still have their Zeo powers. It was not established. They didn't. They never said that the Zeo powers went away. They didn't say nothing about the Zeo power being used up. It's just that they went from Zeo to. They went from power from this. They went from power from the mystical crystal to cars, and I'm trying to like think in my head like, who designed these cars? Why were these cars a thing? The movie did bring out like the movie was all right. No, not there. The movie was all right, but the show itself was background noise. Like, I'm sorry for people who like Turbo. If you like Turbo, that's good. But at the same time, with I cannot deal with the whole car theme. Like, you went from this powerful crystal to cars. What and how the cars more powerful than the Zeo crystal? Make it make sense. They never explained why they transfer powers. They never. The only thing they explained was the fact that the original four Turbo Rangers had to find a predecessor. And I know this is controversial, but they they replaced Rocky. They replaced Rocky with a Kid Ranger. Justin. He is a literal child. literal child, and it was crazy. Like, it was a dream, and I understand why Power Rangers did that, because another thing that they did, Big Bad Beetleborgs, was another Tokusatsu adaptation. They their main cast, it consists of boys. They're not teenagers yet, but they're just boys. So they decided, and they were doing more. That show was doing well than Power Ranger. It was doing better than Power Ranger. So it's like, okay, from take from this and put it in the Power Ranger and give it to Kid Ranger. I don't approve of it. You should, the people watch Power Rangers because they know it's teenagers or young adults fighting monsters. Big Bad Beetleborgs is its premise is about children being heroes. There's a difference between a child and a teenager. Like, y'all still underage, but there's still a difference between a child and a teenager. So in my opinion, that's why that show is there. Power Rangers in space. The show is gas. The show is gas. I'm tuned in. It's because that was supposed to be the finale of Power Rangers. This entire list that you see right now, from Mighty Morphin all the way to In Space, it was supposed to be a fucking that was supposed to be like all of Power Rangers, but it got so popular that people wanted more. So when people wanted more, they wanted to stick to the space theme. But I would say this though, as far as the show, Andros had a lot of character development. Karome had a lot of character development. Andros the Red Ranger, Karome was the villain. There was a lot of character development. Their suits look fire. Their jet, I wanted a jet flyer when I watched the show. I wanted my own jet flyer. Um, the finale where everyone had a Spartacus moment. I'm a Power Ranger. I'm a Power Ranger. I'm a Power Ranger. No, the fuck you not. But you do that to protect the actual Rangers, and I love that. And Bulk and Skull actually got character development throughout all of this. Bulk and Skull have been they have been, they started off as bullies. Then as they matured, they started to appreciate the Power Rangers so much. That's why I fuck with them heavy. I and they led the brigade. They led a brigade. That's why it's up here, because they did that show justice. If Power Rangers ended where at in space, I would have been satisfied. I would have been completely satisfied. But it didn't. But it didn't, and then we were given Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. Lost Galaxy. Now, before I get into Lost Galaxy, let me make this clear. What you see right now that is already like on the tier list, what you see already on the tier list, that is already like that's a that's the Zordon era. That because Zordon led the first team of Power Rangers ever recorded, and then he died in space. So that is part of what we call the Zordon era. The next four seasons, and what I consider the next four seasons that we're about to talk about, I consider that at the post Zordon era. The post Zordon era. This is like right after he died, and we still getting new Power Rangers. So we have Power Ranger Lost Galaxy. We have this show is honestly is gas. Like Power Ranger Lost Galaxy, I see this show as pure gas, mainly because of the way it is built off of in space. Like we still have the Astro Mega Ship, so that's part of their arsenal. And then we had the Galaxy, and then we still have the Galactabeast. We got the Lights of Orion, and we saw a Power Ranger die in their crossover. In their Power Ranger in space, and a lot of guys had a crossover. Their Pink Ranger died, and then Karome replaced the Pink Ranger until the end of the season. I'm sorry, In Space was gas. Like they did, like I said, these three shows that are in tuned in, they did the show justice. And then the shows that are enjoyable are compliments to it. Let's keep going. Lightspeed Rescue. That show. We had our Red Ranger. He would shoot. He would shoot first, ask questions later, type of nigga, and I appreciate that shit. But I don't see it as a show that could compare to the show before it or the show after it. So I see this show as enjoyable. It's not gas. It had potential to be. It had potential to be gas, but it wasn't there. Also, I do want to say this. I do want to compliment the show for having its first ever original American Power Ranger. So, Lightspeed Rescue is based off of the Sentai called Go-Go 5, and Go-Go 5 only had 5 Rangers. There was no 6th Ranger. So, they wanted to add, when, Saban wanted to add the 6th Ranger, so they added an original Ranger. It didn't get, and that's, and due to him being the original Ranger, that's why we had a bunch of original shots with the Rangers. And I appreciate it. And plus, he got the Q-Rex. That Q-Rex was a beast. Oh, what the Q-Rex? Oh, I'm thinking of a whole different show. The Q-Rex is actually in Power Rangers Time Force. Time Force gave us our first female leader of the Power Rangers, and she was a Pink Ranger, and she saw her Red Ranger die, went back in the past, and found someone who looked just exactly like her boyfriend, like her husband. Who, but that house, but that was just his ancestor 1,000 years ago. But we appreciate it. We love it. I definitely appreciate a woman in charge, especially when you are a leader of a team. I appreciate a woman in charge. No, put that back, and this going in enjoyable. Right, that's where we're putting it at. We're putting that in enjoyable. Power Ranger Wild Force. We had a we had another female leader until the Red Ranger came into and been the leader. We had and that was the Yellow Ranger. This was the first season that we had that did not have a Pink Ranger. A full season without a Pink Ranger. I would say because I don't count Alien Rangers as a full season. That's a mini season. But the first season that we didn't have a Pink Ranger. And the Luna Wolf Ranger, his suit is fire game. And also, you can't. And also, the show is tuned in. One of the main reasons why I tuned in because it gave us one of the best crossovers in Power Ranger history with the Power of Red. The past 10 Red Rangers coming together, kicking ass. I'm here for it. I'm down for it. But that is it for the post Zordon era. Now, Power Ranger got bought by Disney, and they decided to add things like stock, like non-copyrighted stock music and Cal explosions and civilian powers. It does not mean that these shows are not good. These are, I actually, if I'm being completely honest, I think the Disney seasons, the Disney season were my favorite seasons of Power Rangers. I think that's a lot of people's favorite season of Power Rangers for real. The Disney season versus the original. If you was not around, cause for me, I'm a 2000s baby. Like I was born literally in the year 2000. So when I watched Power Rangers at like 4 or 5 years old, I was watching them. The shows I was watching at that time was Donald Thunder and SPD. I didn't get a chance to see the older seasons until later on in life. But let's get into it. Ninja Storm. This is the first team of Rangers that we had, which starts off with three core Rangers, and they did they shit. They were kicking ass. They not in the beginning though. They were lacking, but the show, but the sh- but the show. I have to rate the show as alright, mainly because of the fact that the villain is the villain, Lothor. Lothor, like when Disney bought Saban, when Disney bought Saban and they did Ninja Storm, they tried to make Ninja Storm comedic, and in their comedicness, they made the Rangers amateurs at what amateurs at what they're supposed to be, amateurs being ninjas. They made the villain don't feel like a villain, and they made the henchmen feel like the henchmen feel like the true villains of the show. Granted, Lothar can fight. Lothar know how to throw hands. Oh, ignore this. Lothar can throw hands. I'm sorry, the man can throw some hands. So that's why I see him up there that high. That's why I put him in. That's why it's only in all right because of the fact that the villain I didn't enjoy the villain as much. The powers were amazing. The Thunder Rangers were amazing. The Samurai Ranger was amazing. And the Green Samurai Ranger brought me back to the Green Power. Brought me back to Tommy's days as a Green Ranger. That was the only season that we. That was the only season other than Mighty Morphin where the Sixth Ranger was the Green Ranger. And that's what I put there. Now, Dino Thunder is not a perfect season, and I'm biased by this. It's gas. Is gas. Connor is not a good leader, but he is a good fighter. He got some good suits and he got some good powers. Secondly, secondly, Ethan, he is a smart ass, and we love a smart ass. He not be as smart as Billy, but he is a black nerd who is a smart ass. And when he was getting bullied, I'm sorry, when he was getting bullied, I'm sorry, he wasn't a nerd in that moment. He was a nigga in that moment. I'm sorry. He was a full blown nigga in that moment. And Kira, our lovable tomboy, singing them, singing them songs, and we loved, and I loved every vocal. I loved every vocal. And then we got the return of Tommy as the Black Ranger and the mentor, and he did that shit. I was so I understand he was in a suit for 10 episodes because he wanted to go back home to visit his family, so he had to do voiceovers. And the person that we saw was a stunt actor, but at the same time, Tommy did his shit as a mentor. And Trent, my God, Trent. He gave us Tommy back in Mighty Morphin, an evil ranger being corrupted by the power that end up and then becoming a then end up end up falling into it, and then and to and and also it was good drama when he hid the secret of his father's identity as Mesogog away from his team, not because not because he didn't want to fight, not because he didn't want to like destroy his father, but because of the fact that because he made a promise that he think that his father can overcome the power because his father and Mezagar are is like a Jekyll and Hyde situation. But Trent and Tommy were the driving force of the show, what made the show good. SPD. Now, I'm also biased by SPD. it goes up here. Now it goes up here because the suits are fire, the powers are fire, and this is where this is. And I would put it in enjoyable if it wasn't for if it didn't have this in the show. So in the beginning of the show, in the beginning of the season, they had the A Squad. The A Squad is like, okay, we the one who fight the monster, we the one who get the Zord, all this down the third. But then when they went MIA, B Squad had to take over for A Squad. And when they did so, but then A Squad came back and they were working for Grum. They wasn't brainwashed. They wasn't manipulated. They did it on their own. And when they did it on their own, and when they did it on their own, they overturned Grum. And then we had probably one of the best fights in SPD. A Squad versus B Squad, and B Squad beat their ass. And it left a really good message too. And the message is that the B Squad was seen as like not has-beens. They were seen as wannabes. They were seen as like second rate. And the fact that they were able to beat A Squad, the people who were supposed to be the A ranks, who were supposed to be top tier in SPD, yeah, they deserve that spot. They deserve that tuned in spot because they overcame adversity. I done destroyed this whole thing of water. Power Ranger Mystic Force. I love the Mystic motif. I love the fact that they have capes. I'm a sucker for capes. As you can see. I the show have a lot to love about it, but there's one thing I hate about it, which is why I'm going to enjoy why I'm placing it in enjoyable. It's the Red Ranger. They made the Red Ranger at first not wanting to believe magic after magic happened right in front of you. Secondly, he's supposed to be the main character, but he showed no main character qualifications. Three, even though his mother is the White Ranger, aka their mentor, and his father is Korag, the one of their enemies. And it's and the whole story Prima revolved around a character who, in a sense, never wanted to be there to begin with. That's why I couldn't do it. Power Rangers Operation Overdrive. I want to put it in the booty butt cheeks, but I can't do that. I can't do it. It has to go into background noise, mainly because, for one, I dislike the show. I don't like the show at all. Like, the show had a great concept, but poor execution. I'm sorry. The only thing I liked about it was their Monster Ranger crossover, mainly because I saw a Fire Ranger that I actually enjoyed fight. That was the only reason why. If I turn to Operation Overdrive right now, I turn to Operation Overdrive just for that crossover. That would be the only reason. That's why I consider it background noise. Because if it was playing in the background, I would not pay attention to that shit. I will not. Jungle Fury. This show. The show's gas. Jungle Fury is gas. This is our first introduction to a purple Power Ranger. They has their suits did not have belts on it besides the Rhino Ranger. And I'm sorry, those Spirit Rangers, their outfits go tough. When they're in Jungle Master mode, those suits are tough. Bro, well, I'm telling you that, that show, and also, a show. Wanna know how you know a show is good? You know a show is good if in a bunch of those fight scenes they're playing their theme song, and they play their theme song in a bunch in the fight scene, and it matched the energy that I was hoping for this show. That's what I'm here for. I am so here for it. RPM, that show was gas. We had never, this was the first ever season that we saw our Power Ranger team lose, that we saw like the villain won, and the Power Ranger team is part of a resistance now. They're over here fighting over, they're over here fighting a robotic takeover, being, the Red Ranger used to be a pilot. He did his shit. The Blue Ranger the mechanic, and he used the Irish joke a little bit too. He used the Irish joke. It's not funny to me, but it fits. It works. Then we had the rich girl, the whole invasion, the whole like Vengeance takeover humbled her, and she became a Yellow Ranger. Ziggy, he is comic relief at his core, and but he makes for a good Green Ranger. And then we have my favorite one, the Black Ranger. That Black Ranger, his suit is tough, and he is one of the driving points of the show. But the main driving point of the show was Dr. K, their mentor, who created the villain, and has regretted the entire and regretted it, and created and because of that created the team of Rangers herself, create the morphers and all, and tapped into the morphing grid. And also, the Gold and Silver Rangers, they go hard with they suits. They go hard with their suits. I fuck with it. This is the show, and also this is where the Disney era ends. This is where the Disney era ends. As far as like new stuff, because Disney wanted to end the show originally as Jungle Fury, but they put the show to go into RPM, and this was really good. It was really good. We was here for it. But this was the season. This was the section of the show that I was watching at the time. This is my introduction. This era was my introduction to Power Rangers. My first ever, like I said, my first ever season was Dino Thunder, and my second was SPD. And from there, it's like, yeah, we're here for it. After this, Disney was like, okay. Also, RPM was running in 2009. We didn't have a new season in 2010. We did not. 2010, we did not have a new season. So instead, what they did was they decided to remaster season 1 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but they didn't do all this. They didn't do all 60 episodes. They only did it from episode 1 to episode 40. Supposed end of Power Rangers, and we was given Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 2010. You already see why I put it at. It's booty butt cheeks. I don't like it. You see how it's crazy that this show, this season and this season are the same. It's literally the same season. I just hate it because, for one, I don't like. They have like comic book they did like comic book edits to it, and I don't like it. I don't like the comic book edits. It's not a good look. I don't like it. And then also they cut out certain scenes so that way they can fit the little comic book, whatever they're trying to do with it. I didn't like it. I just saw it as a rehash, and I hate when shows rehash something, especially a show when they rehash themselves. So that's why Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 2010 is going into the bottom. Is booty butt cheeks. It is booty butt cheeks. Booty butt. It's booty butt cheeks, booty butt cheeks, yeah, booty butt cheeks, booty butt cheeks. got. We're going through these like really, really quick. I didn't notice that. We have Power Rangers Samurai. Now, we have entered the Nickelodeon era. This is the Neo Saban era. This is when Saban bought the rights back from Disney, brought Power Rangers back from Disney, and wanted to make new episodes, wanted to make new shows again. This was supposed to bring us back into like Power Rangers, supposed to be back, bring us back to the Zordon era. But some of these shows are like 4 attempts. Power Rangers Samurai, it was alright. Like it was hard. Like Power Rangers Samurai was literally script for script, word for word from its Sentai counterpart. You have these American people with American names: Jaden, Kevin, Mike, Emily, Mia, right? And all of them have, all of them pretty much like they have their American first name, but they have their Japanese last name, which is weird. Like, and they're and mind you, all of them are different races. It's not like all of them are the same race. Not all of them are the same race. So it's like, you mean to tell me that all of y'all are like, all y'all like Japanese American? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that it happened to be just all 5 of y'all are. Like, I'm not being racist. I'm trying not to be racist. It's just that I see like you have a black guy and a white guy, and they're both are Japanese American. I'm not saying it's completely out of the ordinary. I'm not saying that it's not normal. What I'm just saying is it's just weird to me. Like I don't understand it. And I do want to understand it. So if anyone have more info about this, I would really appreciate it. I would really appreciate it. Like I'm not trying to sound like a hypocrite. I'm not trying to sound like racist. It's just that this is something that is of genuine interest to me, and I want to like learn more. But after a bunch of upgrades and after getting a bunch of unlocking a bunch of upgrades, we get Power Rangers Super Samurai. Now the Neon Saban era have a thing for their super seasons. And their super seasons. They did a lot in their super seasons. So the reason why we even have those super seasons is because Nickelodeon had a rule where each season had to be 20 episodes. And you know, a Power Ranger show, on average, is 40 episodes. So to get the 40 episodes, they divided it into being like, okay, so this Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. So not we have Power Ranger Samurai, we have Power Ranger Super Samurai. Then we have and Power Ranger Samurai is 20 episodes. Super Samurai is 20 episodes. Boom, boom. But the thing is, in my head, in my mind space, when I think of that, why not just do the same show but do different seasons? SpongeBob have like what 7, 8 seasons now. There's like 10, 11 seasons of South Park, 10, 11 seasons of this, that, and the third. Ooh. Hey, someone's giving me a very important call, so I will call y'all right back. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Let's get it.
That probably take
The Rexo. Hey, she already know we coming, man. Let's get it.
It's lit.
Lit.
Just take a look at the drip.
Drip.
You boys don't get flyer than this. Roll a dope, yeah, I'm high as a bitch.
Bitch.
Wait, it's lit.
Lit.
Gave that little bitch a little tip. Now she wanna suck on the dick.
Hey, she already know I'm coming, man. Let's get it.
It's lit.
Lit.
Just take a look at the drip. You boys don't get flyer than this. Roll a dope, yeah, I'm high as a bitch. Wait, it's lit. Get that little bitch a little tip. Now she wanna suck on the dick. She wanna catch all of the drip, drip, drip. Pull up and I'm loading the clip. New bitch, yeah, stay on my hip. Niggas talking, they not with this shit. Catch a body, you might just get hit. But lately been all about drip. New designer, just look at the fit. And I just blew a bag on my bitch. You got clout, but you don't got the drip. You get money, that's some type of myth. I can blind you, bitch, look at the wrist. For that bag, and I might take a risk. Don't get crushed, cause you care about a bitch. Pass the Henny, I'm trying to get lit. Trying to get out my.
Okay, I am back. Sorry it took me so long, but I am back. Now, where I left off at Power Ranger Samurai. So in Power Ranger Samurai, it was okay. And then we got the upgrades in Power Ranger Super Samurai. I love Super Samurai mode, I love Shogun mode, and I do love the Shark mode. It's not the best thing in the world, so I'll place this as like enjoyable. Because they beat the villain. We did get a first official red female Power Ranger that was not turned evil. And I appreciate it. I appreciate that, but I didn't like the fact that that once Lauren the Red Ranger became Red Ranger, became the leader, every person in the team started simping over Jaden, the male Red Ranger, for the rest of who the main Red Ranger of the season. I didn't like that, but there was something I did like. Wanna know what I did like about the show? I did like their crossover with RPM, Clash of the Red Rangers. That was enjoyable. It wasn't the best thing in the world, but it was enjoyable. We get this. We saw our resident Red Ranger from RPM kicking niggas' ass, and we are here for it. And then also the rivalry that the monster gave the two Red Rangers that caused the clash to begin with was amazing. I did love seeing those two Red Rangers fight each other. And now, Megaforce. It's background noise. Power Ranger Megaforce is background noise. Mainly because I know it's an anniversary season. I know that it's an anniversary season, but it didn't do it. But all they did was just rip off our MMPR. All they did was just rip off MMPR. I couldn't do it. I can't. And also, Gosei, their mentor. Why the fuck are you giving these kids new powers out your ass for no good reason? Oh, you earned this, you earned that. No, the fuck they didn't. You just know that the fight getting hard. The fight was getting hard, and you want to give them weapons. And in the background, Saban was trying to sell money. He was trying to sell toys. That's all it was. Every Zord we got was them trying to sell some damn toys. Super Mega Force is some booty butt cheeks. It's some booty butt. It's some booty butt cheeks. It's some booty butt cheeks. Because I appreciate you trying to adapt to Zentai, because I do enjoy Gokaiger. But at the same time, it was poor execution. We barely got any tribute episodes. We only gave like 3 tribute episodes. We only saw we saw only 2 other Red Rangers, and then we saw Zord of the Red. Then we saw 2 Zords of a Red Ranger, of 2 different Red Rangers. That was about the fuck it. And then the upgrades that y'all didn't get every single damn upgrade. I thought everyone was gonna get an upgrade. No. The only good thing about the show, the only thing that was so good about Megaforce was Robo Knight. The only thing good that was about Mega Force, so was Super Mega Force, was Orion. Those are the only thing that was good about the show, for real, for real. But those two was the six Rangers of those shows. But if we're gonna specifically talk about the legendary battle, no, that stays here. This goes here. The legendary battle itself was alright. The only reason why I say it's alright because it brought back some legacy characters. It didn't bring back all the legacy characters, and it gave us a good rep. And it gave us a pretty good rep. A pretty. We saw Tommy again. It could have been better, but it could have been worse. But it also could have been better. That's why I just put the legendary battle itself over there. Now, the next two seasons, I put them together. Power Rangers, Dino Charge, and Dino Super Charge was enjoyable. I feel like that this show was the best that they came, was the best show that came out of the era of the Neo Saban era because of I love their Red Ranger, and plus we had a large Ranger roster. What other show you know has as for main Rangers, 10 Rangers? I understand new Ranger will be added, but it was intended from the get go that there's supposed to be 10 Rangers. What other show do you know can do 10 Power Rangers in the same season? And plus, and also it broke off into its own separate universe at the end too. So it's like, yeah, that was a good season. Now, Mega Force, not Mega Force, damn, Ninja Steel and Super Ninja Steel. These shows are alright. I see these shows a lot average. Like they have good story elements in there, but it's like it's sparse. We did get the introduction of the first time that a Power Ranger couple started out together as Power Rangers. That was a good thing. But overall, Ninja Steel was just a generic show. It was like there was nothing really special about it. Okay, there's Ninja Stars. There's 10 of them. There are like 6 Ninja Stars. So they already spoiled that they're gonna be 6 Rangers. See, that's the thing that Dino Shards and Ninja Steel have in common. They spoiled the extra Rangers. Like they spoiled the extra Rangers. But it was very average. It was very average. As you can tell, I don't have a lot to say about the Neo Saban era. But now now we're going to exit that, and we're going to be talking about the film Power Rangers. The film, literally the title Power Rangers. This is the fandom have already named it Power Ranger 17. I named it Power Ranger 17 because this is the Power Ranger movie that came out in 2017. But it suffered the same thing for the Neo Saban era. It's average. It's average. Like they put big names in. Like they put like I recognize 3 people. I recognize 3 of the Rangers. One of the Ranger was in the Red Ranger was in Stranger Things. The yellow Ranger was Becky G, and she was LGBT. We love that. We love that for them. We love that for a Power Ranger. And then the Pink Ranger, she was in a Disney movie. I don't know if y'all remember do you remember the Disney movie excuse me, Lemonade Mouth? Do you remember who remember Lemonade Mouth? If you remember Lemonade Mouth, then you remember the girl that was singing "She's so gone, she's so gone." Yeah, she became a Power Ranger and was a damn good. She did a damn good job playing Kimberly. But at the same time, overall, as far as storyline goes, as far as plot goes, is like it was average. It was a retelling of Mighty Morphin. That was one to make it average. Two, they try to add all the drama with it didn't need to be. It's a children's show. And also, they hyped us up at the end of the movie, saying that we're going to get a sequel, and the sequel saying the sequel was supposed to be Tommy Oliver coming in, but we didn't even get a Tommy. And I think it was for the best, cause I don't see anybody else playing Tommy other than Jason David Frank. Rest his soul. After that, we went into what I consider the second best era of Power Rangers, which is literally just the last 3 seasons. So in the last so this is the Hasbro era. This is when Hasbro bought the rights to Power Rangers, and we were given 6. And this was when this is the part where I have not split up the show. As you can see, I've done split up the super seasons away from the regular seasons. And the reason is because I treat the super seasons not as season 2 of a show. But these last 3 shows in the Power Rangers series, yeah, the last 3 shows in the series is what I personally believe they're really good based off of Hasbro. Beast Morphers. It's not average. It's enjoyable. Beast Morphers is enjoyable. I love the animal motif. I love that this is a show that is not based off of the Ranger name. Like, their company is called Grid Battle Force. Their Sentai is Go Buster, GB. So they use the symbol. So I love how this is like kind of like a military kind of thing, kind of like how it was for Lightspeed Rescue. Lightspeed Rescue was not military themed, but it was government themed. It's based around the government. So I really appreciate that so much. Secondly, we got introduced to a Robot Ranger, another one, and this one actually had good character qualities. And in this season we were also given probably this is the second best crossover that I have seen. It was a crossover between all of the Dino themed Rangers up to that point. And they did a damn good job. We saw Mighty Morphin, Dino Thunder, and Dino Charge fight alongside each other. It wasn't all 10 members of Dino Charge though. It wasn't all 5 members of. It wasn't like all the members of the team. It was like the core team. So for Dino Charge, it was like the first 6 Rangers, and for Dino Thunder, it was the original 3, and for Mighty Morphin, it was the original 5. And we had Jason come back yet again to reprise his role as Jason and to have him morph into the Red Ranger. And we got to see a glorious scene of these teams fighting alongside each other. And we saw their Megazords. Even though it was CG as fuck, but it was still fun. I enjoyed it. Now, we have Power Rangers Dino Fury. To me, the show is gas. Pretty much, I was not expecting a lot from the show when it first came out, but then as the season went on, season 1 and season 2, I started to appreciate it a lot more. I started to appreciate Void Knight, because Void Knight ended up not being as bad as we thought he was. He was only searching for power to bring back his dead girl, to bring back his not dead girlfriend, but to bring back the mother, to bring back his lover from a coma. And to me, that's And to me, that brings me back to a show that just finished. That just finished, by the way, is like and give me the motive. It's called Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir. And y'all know, I think y'all know Miraculous. I hope y'all know Miraculous. Yeah, so Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir. And their villain, Gabriel Iglesias, who was Hawkmoth, their main villain, he wanted to collect these two miraculouses from the main two heroes, Ladybug Cat Noir, so he can wish for his for his wife to come back. And he actually does it. He tricked in the finale. He tricked Ladybug, who had both miraculouses on hand, grabbed them and made the wish. But but he knew that making the wish would sacrifice himself. So he sacrificed himself to bring back his lover, which is sad. It's really sad. It was really sad. But we're still getting more season of Miraculous though, which is what I'm with another show I'm really looking forward to keep watching. But this show brought a lot of those memories back. Well, it's not. They just ended, so I can't say bring memories back. But watching this show and watching Miraculous, I feel the same. I feel that same empathy the for the villain. But then, as you can see at the bottom, I did not include. I mind you, I made this tier list. One thing that I did not include because I saw it more as an honorable mention. Like I didn't just because I see the honorable mention, it doesn't mean I think it's below Booty Butt Cheeks. I did not add Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Once and Always, mainly because I wasn't. I didn't. I know the show is a special, and I know I had specials up here, but I feel like that should have been some. I feel like that should have been something for itself. Like like that's in a tier all on its own. Like it bring back nostalgia. It brought back. It made continuities. It fulfilled on its continuities. Is we got this. I get to see my favorite Ranger again. My favorite Ranger is the Black Ranger. Zack Black, Zack Attack. That's yeah. That was my favorite Ranger. So it's like when it comes to watching that show, I appreciate that show a lot. So if I'm being completely honest, I will tie Once and Always to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. If I were to put this on this ranking, Once and Always would be in tuned in. Like I know it's not a, I know it's a special, and I have no specials up here, but I see that as a, yeah, I see that as a show that as a special I will always return to when I think about Power Rangers. After that show came out, we were gifted with the glorious Cosmic Fury. Comet Fury go up there. The reason being why Comet Fury goes up there is because of the way that because I appreciate its continuity, and it was the first time in 30 years that we have seen the same cast reprise their roles for 3 full seasons. The season was short. I'm sorry, Comet Fury was very short. It was like 10 episodes because it had no filler episodes. It was like watching a long movie, and I'm here for it. And I'm here, and I appreciate it so much. I watch it on repeat on Netflix every time I can. And now, I know y'all gonna mention this at the bottom. I'm gonna be very quick with them, like very quick. Hyperforce. I have not seen this show. I know it's like Power Rangers D&D that got confirmed in canon and canonized, but I never seen it. But if I were to see it, based off the fact that I do play D&D, I do play Dungeons and Dragons, I will put it in enjoyable. Not the highest I'll put it in enjoyable. And then we have the Boom Studio Comics. is tuned in. Like I know it's not a show. I love the comic. I love the comics. Give me a Power Ranger comic. I will share it shit. Like give me a Power Ranger comic. I will share it that to the day I die. So this is our listing, okay? So in in booty butt cheeks, we yeah, and booty butt cheeks we have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers MMPR 2010, and we have Power Rangers Super Mega Force. In background noise, we have Turbo, a Power Rangers movie. Wait, I wanted it to be in order. In background noise, we have Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers, Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, Power Rangers Turbo, the series, Power Rangers Operation Overdrive, and Power Rangers Mega Force. And it's alright. We got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 3, Power Ranger Ninja Steel. I mean Ninja Storm. Ninja Steel is up there. Power Ranger Ninja Storm, Power Ranger Samurai, Power Rangers Power Rangers Super Mega Force, the Legendary Battle, Power Rangers Ninja Steel, Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel, and Power Rangers 2017. And enjoyable, we have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2, Power Ranger Zeo, Power Ranger Lightspeed Rescue, Power Ranger Time Force, Power Ranger Power Ranger Mystic Force, Power Ranger Super Samurai, Power Ranger Super Samurai Class of the Red Rangers, Power Rangers Power Rangers Dino Charge, Power Rangers Dino Supercharge, and Power Rangers Beast Morphers, and Power Rangers Hyper Force. And in tuned in, we have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 1, Power Ranger in Space, Power Ranger Lost Galaxy, Power Ranger Wild Force, Power Ranger Dino Thunder, Power Ranger SPD, Power Rangers Jungle Fury, Power Ranger RPM, Power Rangers Dino Fury, Power Rangers Comic Fury, and the Power Rangers Boom Studio Comics. So there you have it. This is our tier list. Our glorious tier list. My tier list. This is subjective. This is subjective because this is about me and my own opinion. If you think something should be higher, or you think something should be lower, please comment down below. Because this video is going on YouTube. This stream is going on YouTube. But there you have it. That is my tier list for ranking the Power Rangers seasons. If you do like doing the tier lists, I'll do more of them. I will, because these are fun. I enjoy these. I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you guys enjoy this stream. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you're watching me on YouTube, I upload my streams every Wednesday. And if you're watching me on Twitch, I'll see you guys in the next one. And with that, Taylor left the chat. Well, but before we do that, I wanna dance. So let's dance.
Move. Tell me, baby, what you tryna do? I've been outside, what's the move? Look into my eyes, it's me and you, and that's the truth. She wanna kick it like Ronaldo. Flew right out of the state of Monte Carlo. Pink slips, we don't even got a car, no. I've been drinking out this liquor in my sorrows. She wanna kick it like Messi. She be tryna text me. Nothing been the same since the day that you left me. Now I'm on top, I've been whipping in a Tessie. She been playing games, no scrimmage, tryna text. You wanna kick it like Ronaldo. Flew right out of the state of Monte Carlo. Pink slips, we don't even got a car, no. I've been drinking out this liquor in my sorrows. She wanna kick it like Messi. She be tryna text me. Nothing been the same since the day that you left me. Now I'm on top, I've been whipping in a Tessie. She been playing games, no scrimmage, tryna test me.
And with that, Tails left the chat. Deuces.